What's up, guys? Brian here from KME Tech Support. Wanted to do a quick vid. We get the question quite often about the angle marks on the KME and what the actual angles we can achieve are with the KME. The angle marks come from 17 to 30 degrees, only meant as a reference. That'll get us close. The biggest variable on how low we can actually go is really how wide the knife is. For extremely low angles, we can flip the ball and race assembly here upside down, which allows us to achieve the lowest of angles with the KME. I will also do that, demonstrate how to do it, and then take a reading for you on the RTAC2 here. It's a fairly wide knife representing like kitchen knives. We get the question a lot about Schoon knives. How low can you go? And 10, 12, 13 degrees are definitely possible depending on how wide that knife is. With factory knives, we get the question a lot, mainly with Spyderco. They come from the factory supposedly around 15 degrees. So we will take readings on a fairly large knife, folder wise, down to a small knife, from my Lion Steel Kerr, Spidey Chef, Spyderco Native 5, and a Spyderco Chaparral. We'll take some actual angle readings there on those with the ball and race in the normal position to see where we are and how low we can go. Alright, so you want to flip the ball and race upside down to achieve lower angles. The first thing you need to do, first of all, this arm is for the stone thickness compensator, to use stones with different varying thicknesses. We can't use that when we flip the ball and race upside down. That's the only disadvantage. So I recommend using the diamond stones, lapping films, and strops, which are all the same thickness. If not, you want to use an angle cube and confirm with the Sharpie. So with flipping the ball and race upside down, we just take the back knob off. Back plate comes off. Simply flip the ball and race upside down as such. It only fits one way. Make sure it's sliding nicely. Put the back plate on. There's a little hook there that sort of wraps around and holds it in place. Put your back knob back on. And we're good to go. We're ready to achieve lower angles. Here we are looking at my RTAC2. I'm zoomed in there to show you the gap between the jaws and the stone carrier. I've got the ball and race flipped upside down. It's a fairly wide knife, and actual angle, if you wanted to go this low on, say, a chef's knife, we're at 11 degrees. Here's my Lion Steel Kerr. Checking actual angle. Nice gap there. This is at the bottom with the ball and race assembly not flipped. We could flip the ball and race assembly and still have room to go lower if you so chose to. But right here on the money, we are at 14. Actual sharpening angle. Hovering with 15. Here's my Spidey Chef clamped up. And I'm going to check actual sharpening angle here without lowering the ball and race. There's actually plenty of a gap there if we wanted to try even lower by lowering the ball and race. Actual angle, 15 degrees. Right on the money. Here's my Native 5 Salt. Blade's not quite as wide as the Chef or the Kerr. Got the strop on there. We're at the lowest setting with the ball and race not flipped, lining it up parallel with the jaws there. And we do have room to move. There's a gap in between, you can see there, if we wanted to flip the ball and race and go lower, but we are right at 15 degrees per side. Here's my Spyderco Chaparral. It's probably the least wide Spyderco blade that I have. Ball and race is not flipped upside down, it's in the normal position. At the lowest setting, we'll set the strop straight with the jaws and check the actual sharpening angle on this one. 15 degrees. Alright, so in conclusion, as you guys have seen, we can achieve quite low angles on wider knives, and with most factory knives, as long as they're decently wide, we can match 15 degrees per side. If it's a little wider, we can go even lower. If you want to go even lower on those angles, you can certainly flip the ball and race, go even lower, and try to reprofile to your heart's content. It's always easiest and fastest sharpening wise to match the factory geometry. A lot of guys see our markings from 17 to 30 and assume they're not going to be able to sharpen their Spyderco at 15 degrees. You most definitely can. I haven't ran into a Spyderco yet, possibly like the Rhodey, which we have penknife pro jaws that are a jaw accessory, which will do smaller knives. The Rhodey is the only Spyderco I can even think of that probably wouldn't work at 15 degrees on the KME without even flipping the ball and race. Flipping the ball and race, as I've demonstrated, is fairly easy. You can flip it upside down and achieve even lower angles, but stick to the diamond stone strops and lapping films unless you're compensating with an angle cube, which again, I don't really fool with. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope it helps somebody out there, and give me a shout if you have any questions. Thanks. Have a good one.